Hello everyone, and welcome to another royal reading. Tess here with me, sighing in the background. It's a Friday evening and I am using the Mystic Mondays Tarot for this reading. Nothing at all to do with Fridays, but it's a very female deck. It's a very simplistic deck, very bright and cheerful deck, and I thought it might be fun to use it for reading on Meghan's podcast for Spotify. It's finally been launched. There was a little clip released on Spotify. The body language guy had a lot of fun analysing it on his YouTube channel. Definitely worth a watch. It was very, very funny. He pointed out rightly that even though it's called archetypes, it is really about stereotypes, not archetypes. We all know, of course, she thinks she's being very clever using that word archetypes because of Archie-well, as Lady C always insists on calling it, pronouncing it. It should be pronounced anyway. And a body language guy also pointed out that her voice has dropped several octaves and she now has an Elizabeth Holmes voice. And there is speculation everywhere that she's perhaps going around now in a black polo neck. And who knows if the same fate befalls her as befalls Elizabeth Holmes. That would be funny. And so I have to say, of course, tarot reading, entertainment purposes, and just for kicks and giggles, we are going to look and see. Doing a Celtic cross. Tess got an enormous fright when I started shuffling these decks. These cards, they are very loud and clattery and shiny. And just going to do a Celtic cross and see how it's going, what's going on behind the scenes, how much effort Meghan is putting into this herself. Is this launching her political career? This female angle that she's going for, of course, how women are treated, how women are stereotyped, labelled, and what kind of guests she's going to be getting on the show. And of course, the ladies on Twitter, mostly ladies on Twitter, are having a lot of fun suggesting archetypes that she could possibly look at, such as the fraud, the victim, the easy girl, the bully, the black widow. Just a few of the ones that have come up so far that have been suggested as possible subjects for a podcast. All the things that Meghan seems to represent. And notably, no one so far has suggested mother as something that she could well look at, which is very interesting in itself. But anyway, 10-card reading, of course, Celtic cross coming up with these loud, shiny cards. And what is coming up as the bottom of the deck here, I will show you the underlying energy. It's come out in reverse, is the Princess of Wands, which is in fact messages. The media is the message. That's her podcast and it's in reverse. It is communication, it's PR, it's getting out there on Spotify, and so far not. Basically, that is what the card is telling us. So far, it's all been bad news. The Princess of Wands, the Page of Wands in a normal tarot deck is about good news, is about getting your message out there, being enthusiastic, being eager. So far, not much enthusiasm for this, seemingly, on the part of Meghan Markle to get out there and do this. Cards come out in reverse, and let's stick it up here for a change. Where you can see it more easily. That's the underlying energy. No sign of anything, no sign of any enthusiasm on her part. The 2-minute promo for it, I did listen to most of it before I switched it off. It has been very well produced. It's got much better quality than the previous Christmas special that she and Harry put together. And obviously the team at is it Gimlet? The Spotify in-house team has worked hard on this. It's very slick, and so at least that much is working now. Harry notably absent from this. He's going to do his own. It's all about her. It's all about this Princess of Wands in reverse. So let's see the situation currently with it. 5 of Pentacles. That's not very promising energy. Oh dear, and Tess is having a little cry. The 5 of Pentacles is, of course, the card of being left out in the cold, feeling unloved, feeling unwanted, exiled, feeling also broke. And there is talk that a lot of people are saying, sorry about the light flickering there, that's late afternoon sunlight. We had a very cloudy day and the sun's just come out now as it's going down. But there are suggestions that Spotify actually paid a lot of money up front, and that they may be trying to claw it back now, which could explain the Five of Pentacles. And it would be interesting if there was a financial dispute around this. This is all alleged, of course, nothing proven, nothing factual about this, but there is speculation that allegedly there are contractual issues. Spotify wants some bang for its buck, and she's feeling it. She's feeling very stressed about money, and she's also feeling very stressed about being left out. And this, I think, for her is embarrassing that this has gone so badly wrong and that she's all alone now. Harry isn't even part of this. So her challenge at the moment, and the card just jumped in my hand, and it's the challenge is the Justice card, and that's legal matters. What was I talking about with the Five of Pentacles? Tells me that she has got some legal obligations that she's got to honor. She's got to even the scales here. They have put their money in. She's got to drop her podcasts, and the podcasts not only have got to be dropped, but they have got to do well. There is pressure on her. It's major arcana. There is performance anxiety here, serious performance anxiety with that Justice card. She's going to be in big trouble if she doesn't deliver. Serious trouble, serious legal trouble, according to the cards. So the underlying energy, and I particularly have asked for this reading, for the cards to tell me how much effort she's actually putting into this, as opposed to, say, the in-house team at Spotify. Is this all her doing, or are they carrying the load here? This is behind the scenes. What's going on behind the scenes? Ace of Wands in reverse. I would say that she's all out of ideas, and I saw this with when I did a previous reading on the Spotify fiasco. Ace of Wands is, of course, ideas, new direction, being very creative, very inspiring. It's in reverse. I would say that she really doesn't have any ideas. This wasn't her idea. This was someone else's idea that they've come up with, something that they think that she can navigate her way through. I'm sure that there are talking points, bullet points, questions going out to the guests, and it's all going to be very planned, very scripted. I don't think anything is going to be spontaneous about this with this card in the reverse. It looks like the poor team at Spotify really have had their work cut out trying to pull this together and trying to get enthusiastic about it. We've got 2 wands here in reverse. Ideas, all out of ideas. She doesn't have ideas. And it's interesting to me that the 2 things that she really counts on, she relies on to describe herself, is the fact that she's biracial and the fact that she's female. And the vast majority of the world has got some label that can be put on them. In fact, everybody. What a silly thing to say. But probably about half of the world, probably slightly more, given policies in places like China up until recently. Half of the world is female, defines himself as female, so there's nothing unique about that. And we're all colours and shapes and sizes. So that really, that's the best she can come up with. It says a lot about her lack of creativity, her inherent lack of creativity. She doesn't have any of her own thoughts, any of her own ideas, anything that really distinguishes her. Even her voice now has gone down several octaves, and it's very interesting that she is so really shallow. Somebody who wants to be perceived as a deep thinker and a thought leader and all the rest of it, but really doesn't have anything unique of her own to contribute, in my opinion. So what's the focus right now? What's going on right now? Ooh, the Sun in reverse. She's very worried about this. She's very worried that this is going to bomb spectacularly. And she's going to be very unhappy as a result. It's going to be very embarrassing. The spotlight is on her, and for once I don't think she wants the spotlight on her with this Spotify podcast. She's very afraid. When the sun is in reverse, you're very pessimistic about something. You are depressed even about it. It's all the joy has gone out of a situation, all the happiness, all the success, all the abundance. This is very seriously bad energy, and particularly for her as a Leo. It just tells me that she's dreading this. She really is very nervous about this being a huge and spectacular flop and not being able to hide. It's the sun card, and the sun is about illumination, about literally something being the focus of everybody's attention. And it's in the reverse. It does not bode well for her and her state of mind currently. I would really think that she's actually very nervous about this and probably quite depressed as well from these cards. And again, just my opinion. So what's been going on in the recent past? We know that so far nothing has been delivered. The Queen of Pentacles in reverse. She hasn't delivered. The Queen of Pentacles, there is the stable energy, the very supportive, very nurturing female energy, very grounded, very reliable. You can count on the Queen of Pentacles. She'll come through for you always. She's the good wife, the good mother, very, very reliable, very trustworthy, very sensible energy apart from anything else. The Earth Mother energy, but she's in reverse. So whatever was promised was not delivered by Meghan Markle. She didn't come through literally with that pentacle, with that abundance, with that, yes, you can count on me, yes, I signed the contract, and you can all relax now, I've got it under control. I'm going sitting in my office at that huge desk with the fake pot plant behind and the bird's nest prints on the wall, and also that weird California bear thing on the wall now for Harry. And don't worry, it's all under control. I'm an ideas lady. I'm making my list of ideas. I've got my contacts. I'm going to sort this all out, and it's going to be a smash hit. Oh no. So what's coming up next? What are next steps for Meghan and this podcast? Oh dear, 8 of Cups in reverse. This is going to be a terrible mess. 8 of Cups, walking away from trouble, swimming her way away from trouble in this card, but it's in the reverse. She's stuck. She really is stuck in a miserable situation, something she doesn't want to do. I don't think she thought for 1 second she would actually have to do it. She would take the money, or perhaps magical thinking. It would just happen spontaneously. She and Haz would sit down in front of the mics, a little bit loaded, and deliver brilliance. Probably when the two of them were first in their relationship, and as I say, a little bit of chemical help maybe, allegedly, thought that they were just brilliant, so witty, so insightful, they could solve all the world's problems. And I'm sure that this was what they thought they would do, and probably did. Went and sat down in front of a mic. They don't have any rapport as a couple. They don't seem to even get on as a couple. It's always very awkward with them. And so what they thought was gold dust turned to dust. And it's going to be very, very hard for her. She's going to be very unhappy. She's not going to be able to reel her way out of this one. Spotify has got her in a corner here. And deliver, girl. You signed this document, this contract. Now you deliver, or else. So, is this an attempt to launch her political career yet again? There have been various phone calls to senators and things like that, which tanked. No invites to 60th birthday parties. Is this another attempt? Strength card in reverse. Doesn't look like it. We've got 2 Leo cards that are in reverse, 2 of the famous Meghan Markle and in this case Harry cards that have come out in reverse. This is the Strength card, this is your courage, this is your resolution, this is dealing with adversity in a powerful way. This is what you can present to the world. The power couple was the Harry and Meghan thing. They were the power couple. White House, they were already measuring curtains. And that desk obviously was going to go into the Oval Office. Chuck out Endeavour. I know you always tell me the name of that desk, and I think it's called Endeavour. Chuck that one out. The bear print will be there on the wall, and maybe a blurred photo of Archie and Lilibet, just a blank in the photo frame on the desk, and Melissa McCarthy on the phone. Not going well. It's really not going well. So you can all heave a sigh of relief. And apparently has now got a flat in New York, an apartment. Sorry, I call it a flat. You call it an apartment. And we're going to read on that and what's going on that with Has in New York. So political career, maybe not. And guests, who are the guests lined up? What can the Mystic Mondays Tarot tell us about the caliber of guests she's getting? Oh dear, 10 of Cups in reverse. I think a big fat no's coming in. Phone a friend. Friend says no. Phone another friend. Friend says no. 10 of Cups is happy. You got your wishes come true. You couldn't be happier with the 10 of Cups. And it's really your family. It's really your friends. It's really everybody around you that you love, you feel comfortable with. The people that you can relax with, chill with, that have your back. No. No and no and no. So I think this, hence the embarrassment. Scraping the barrel here, trying to find someone who will actually appear. And there was talk in that 2 minutes that I tried to listen to. But I didn't really want to give her the upvote. And there's no downvote you can give her, sadly, on Spotify. There was talk of academics and people like that. So she's going to get all very technical and studious about this. It's not going to be chatting to famous women who've broken through the glass ceiling and all of that and achieved, despite being stigmatized and stereotyped and labeled and held back by these cruel terms that perhaps she heard on her way up. But, from bed to bed she went, really. And fact, she's famous for her association with men. They got her the jobs that she the roles and suits, the member of the royal family, all the rest of it. Spotify deal. Do you think Meghan Markle just by herself would have got that Spotify deal? No. So interesting, 10 of Cups. Her hopes and fears for this one. And I'm feeling anxious as I pick this card up, and we get the Magician in reverse. You've got some big cards coming out and they're all in reverse. Sun in reverse, Strength in reverse, Ace of Wands in reverse, Queen of Pentacles in reverse, and now the Magician in reverse. She's very, very worried that this is not going to come off. She's not going to be able to pull it off. That she's going to be exposed for the charlatan and fraud that she is. She herself has said it in public. I'm such a fraud. Ha ha ha. I acted without my union card. And I'm on Spotify now without anything to say. I don't have any of my own unique thoughts. And, excuse me. I had to pause for a cough then. My throat just absolutely closed up as I said that. Wow, I wonder how many times they've tried to record these things already and they've just been a disaster. That she's maybe gone blank, she's frozen, she said something really stupid. I know what it's like. I know, as I'm standing here doing these day after day, I say some really dumb things and afterwards I think, oh my word, really? You do go blank. Sometimes I forget whether the card was upright or reversed, and these are minor things and who cares really. Tarot reading for entertainment purposes, but I'm not interviewing Michelle Obama or some leading feminist thinker at a university who's written 1 million books that nobody can possibly understand. I'm not trying to do that. I really think she's intimidated by this and really very afraid of failing. Fear of flying. How's it going to go? Not well. 2 of Cups in reverse. 2 of Cups in reverse is a breakup of a partnership. Bye-bye Spotify. They're going to give her her chance. It's not going to go well. They're going to kick her to the curb with this card, with the 2 of Cups. It's going to be very emotional because it's Cups, the breakup of a partnership, of an emotional partnership. She thought it was a big friendship thing. It was going to be, they were so suited to each other. This was the right platform for her and her message. Dogs giving loud shouts outside in agreement. Spotify also probably thought, they probably fell for the whole Harkle spiel. We're so woke. We're thought leaders. Everybody loves us. And we've got this huge following. Look at our figures on Instagram, all these millions, not knowing that they're all bots from weird places. The dog is really going quite mad. And it all turned out to be an exaggeration, allegedly. And the end of the affair, end of a beautiful friendship, breakup between Meghan and Spotify. And that is what the cards are telling me. Sorry about the very loud barking at the end there. He got very excited, dancing around. And that's what he thinks of the podcast, clearly. And we'll all have to listen, of course, at least to the first one. The body language guy has promised us he'll listen for us. But I'll give it a whirl, maybe a minute or so, just to see myself. And that's it for this reading. I'll be on with the next one. Thank you as ever for watching, and see you later.